It's a beautiful night. Holy cow. We have beautiful light. I'm with my beautiful wife, living the beautiful life with the wife and the night and the light. And hi, everybody. My name's Marc Gill. This is Mark's on the Grill. Hey, welcome to our show. Today's a big one. Hold on a second. I'm going to hold the camera for Trish. I think she has one too many layers on. This is that time of year where you think it's going to be nice and cool at night, and then you step out into it, and Florida's fooling you, man. It's messing with you. There we go. Is that better? Okay. So tell you what, we're going to do what we always do before we get this giant show going and make sure that we can hear everybody and everybody can see us. And we're just going to take a couple of minutes and let a few people hop on because tonight's a big one, man. Tonight's a big deal. Tonight we're going to learn a little bit about some of our equipment out back. We're going to see, the go-to, right? Pulled pork, yum. That's just if you got a chance to make pulled pork, make pulled pork. Let's be honest. And listen, we're even going to meet the inventor of this smoker, and he's got a pretty big announcement when it's all done. So, guys, do me a favor. Drop your first name. Let me know where in the country or the world you're watching from. Maybe we get people from, England, Australia. Where do we get people on? Ireland, we've had them in on. Where else? All kinds of places. Many, many places. And we always like saying hi. Michael Anthony Porter, always checking in. Mike Elliott's down there. Darren Dutchcott's watching. Remember, guys, let us know where you're watching from. We got Trish. Trish is holding the camera tonight. Let's get the hand. Let's get the hand. There's Trish. So listen, while a few people are popping on, come on over this way so we can make sure we always get to see this. We love this thing. Last night, I got to share this with you, then we'll get to the food. By the way, cheers. If you're having a beautiful night, too, pour one. This is it. Trish will grab hers. So last night, we went to, hey, Rick Russell from South Myths, Buncho Pena from Sacramento. I love Sacramento. Sacramento, Smitty's Diner, 5 tables. It was on like one of those you can't eat it all shows. Absolutely fantastic. So last night we hit a concert. We went to the Zach Brown Band. Man, they're good live. But you know what happened? I got to share this. So if you live in Florida or Tampa, the area here, you know the relation of the amphitheater at the fairgrounds to Clearwater, right? It's like a 45-minute drive. So we get there, and we're all excited, and they're doing COVID tests, and we both have ours, and we have our thing, but we didn't have our little piece of paper with us, and man, they were sticklers, so we had to drive all the way home and drive all the way back, but it was worth it, man. One of the best concerts we'd ever seen, absolutely. Joe is watching. Who else? Tom Wilcox is watching. Will do. Joe, hey, Mark, watching from Vermont. Excellent, guys. The people are piling in. Listen, do me a favor. Believe it or not, and I know it's hard to see over Halloween and Thanksgiving, but the holiday season's coming up, and I got something we're going to announce here in about 5 or 10 minutes. Do your buddies a favor, do your friends a favor, hit that share button. Make sure you tell everybody about it. It's one of our biggest events of the whole year. So food first, always food first. Listen, simple ingredients. We've got our pulled pork. We got our pulled pork butt that's it's resting in the cooler. And have a look here. We've got our come on in here, Trish. We've got our a coleslaw. We made it spicy this time. I got some barbecue sauce, some pickled chips, and listen, a real pulled pork sandwich is that soft, yummy potato roll. You don't do anything to it. You don't butter it. You don't toast it. You don't stick anything on it. It's just the way it is, man. So I'll tell you what. Before we get into the food, before we start chopping up this pork, before I give you a couple of really cool tips on how to keep it moist and everything, we did something really special this week. We actually invited the inventor of the Bradley smoker here that you're looking at that made our pork tonight onto our show, Wade Bradley, and he even brought his own specialty, that's his dad, which was just such a great surprise. I love it. So we recorded this. Listen, I'm not the best interviewer guy in the world. It's not like I got a late night talk show here or anything, but I think we asked some pretty cool questions, and how they came up with this smoker is actually just such a great story. So guys, take a second here. I'll chit chat with you on the phone as we're watching. When we come back, we're going to make some pulled pork sandwiches and talk about something pretty cool, guys. This is Wade Bradley. This is pretty cool, guys. All right, so guys, we are here with, are you kidding me? Look at it. It's Wade Bradley. Look at this. The name right there is the guy on the screen. I can't even believe it. And Wade, who's with you?
Hey, this is my father, Ted. Ted Bradley.
Hey, Ted.
He's the guy that invented all this.
We talked a little bit yesterday and in the past. It's very unique to meet anybody who gets an idea based on a love they have and a passion that they have and actually turns it into something like you have. So I guess my question is, what was that first spark? What's that first thing that makes you go, man, I love smoking so much, I think I'm going to build one of these?
Being on the West Coast, we had lots of salmon all the time. I grew up eating salmon. And we got into smoking the salmon, and my dad developed a really nice recipe with a friend of his, and you actually taught that guy how to fish afterwards, didn't you?
Well, he taught me how to smoke, and
You
the
taught
deal
him
was
how to
I
fish.
had to teach him how to catch fish.
So you have this love for salmon, this love for fishing, and kind of that part of the outdoor world. But now there's still got to be that bridge that goes, well, geez, I'm going to make this thing that cooks it the way I love it. What was that whole process?
Well, when we smoked salmon, it would be an all-day affair, and we didn't have Bradley smokers back then. We had hot plates and frying pans, and we burned the wood in the frying pan sitting on the hot plate. And the secret that my dad's friend told him was, you got to control how the wood is burning. You got to control it so the wood doesn't burn to an ash. You put all the tars, resins, creosotes, chemicals that make up a fossil fuel, if you will, and put that into your food. He says the only way to do that is to burn the sawdust long enough to get the smoke flavor out of it, but then get rid of it.
All right, so you mentioned sawdust, and when you mentioned that, we were talking about these, right?
Yeah.
So tell me exactly what that is, and what gave you this idea, because I really appreciate what you're saying about controlling the smoke. That's always been the one part of this process, I think, that you really up until you and your dad really had no control over. It was just, that is what it is, and you take it, and that's the lifestyle of it. So what makes you think, holy cow, please say there's something to do with a puck in there, you big Canadian, you.
Well, when we burned sawdust to make smoke, and I mean, this goes back to the 70s, middle of the 70s, we had to take the frying pan out, dump the sawdust that's, it's blackened, but it's not turned to ash. We would dump that out into a burn pan, reload it with more sawdust, load it back in the smoker, and away we go. And I mean, really, we would do this all day long.
What we were looking for, Mark, at the time was a consistent flavor. And burning sawdust, there's no way you can make it consistent. You open the door, it gets a breeze, anything, and it flames up. So
okay, now I'm starting to see this idea take shape. The love of fish, and the secret recipe, and this great idea of not burning everything to ash, and now the sawdust in the pan. So it had to come about like, holy cow, we got to be getting close to the eureka moment.
Well, we had lots of time watching smoke to make it a better system. Let's put it that way.
That's great. So now, what you're talking about is clean smoke. So
yes,
kind of break down for me exactly what clean smoke is, and why the difference between that and just, tossing the log in the fire or firing up that pellet grill.
Right. Well, clean smoke to us is just that. We are not burning wood down to an ash. We are only burning it for a very short period of time and at a very low temperature, because all we want out of the wood is the flavor of the smoke. That's it. We don't want to cook with the wood. We don't want anything more to do with the wood than the flavor of the smoke. And we accomplish that with the biscuits. There's a certain temperature, and I'm not going to go into the details of it, that the wood will start to combust. Now the trick is don't let it burn down to an ash. Get rid of it before that happens. This machine does it automatically every 20 minutes, and that's the beauty about our whole system.
Tell me your experience with, folks who maybe found the smoke taste a bit too strong, but because you're able to control it, there's such a difference.
Oh, there is a difference, but I've done a lot of trade shows and a lot of sporting goods and hunting and fishing trade shows, and I'd be smoking away food, and I'd offer people to try it, and they go, oh no, I don't like smoked food. It's too, it's too acidic. It's too strong. It's not for me. And I'll convince them, or try to convince them, well, just try this and tell me what you think of it. And, every time somebody says, no, I don't like smoked food, they taste my product and they say, that's really good. That is the best tasting smoked salmon, smoked pulled pork, or smoked ribs they've ever had. And the only reason being is because it doesn't taste acidic. It doesn't have too strong a smoke flavor that it's going to overwhelm. When you buy smoked food in store, like a ham or something like that, it's not heavy smoked. Okay, they never smoke their food hard. Same thing with bacon. It's not smoked hard. And you can accomplish that with this machine very, very easily. And that's the goal that we want to try and accomplish with every meal, is make it taste great, as good as it can be. And to me, the only way to do that is to control how the wood is burned and for how long the wood is burned. And if I was going to say anything close in the barbecue realm to what I'm talking about, would be an offset grill smoker, where you have the smoke box off to the side and the food in the center. You can accomplish that to a degree, but that's about it that I've been able to find.
Wow. And I mean, you talk about something like that. On one side, you've got that offset smoker, which, let's be honest, I mean, that's about as big of a time commitment as you're going to put into any sort of cook.
Right.
They're big. The learning curve on it is crazy. I mean, one of the things that I love that you guys did, in addition to bringing that little secret, from the pan to the smoker, is the fact that you made it so user friendly. That's a lot of times people miss that part of it when they bring their knowledge and passion into something new for the marketplace. They got it figured out in their head. They know what knob to push. You made sure that out of the box, and that's one of the things that we did on our show was just to show that out of the box, not really getting into the nuts and bolts of it. You can put a few pucks in this thing, hit 3 buttons, and you got a meal in your first 3 hours of owning this. And that's brilliant. And I love that part of it. So listen, we're going to send it back to our live show here in just a second. And I did a pork roast and a pork butt today. And I got to tell you, and I know this is something that a lot of my subscribers on all of my media channels, we get questions about this, that stall, that time where it just looks like it's over, the machine gave up, the meat quit, you know what, and it's just going to stick at 165 degrees forever. So,
what temperature did you put the meat?
Is there a way to beat that? Is there a workaround to that?
Well, there might be. What temperature was the meat when you threw it in the smoker? Or
I probably just took it out of the fridge. I mean, made sure it was, thawed out, but it was pretty cold.
Well, that's good. At least it was thawed out. How about, tell you what, Mark, next time you try and do that, my suggestion would be to leave it on the counter and get it to room temperature. What happens when food stalls, and it'll stall anywhere, is the colder it is in the interior, in the internal part of the meat, especially if it's a big roast like a pork or a big brisket or something like that. If it's 36, 38 degrees Fahrenheit in the center, what happens is it cooks the outside, and that creates an insulation. So after it's got the insulation on top, it's very difficult to get the heat into the internal part of the meat. So if you leave the meat on the counter, and this goes for steaks too, you will have such fewer problems with the stall going forward, you wouldn't believe it. Hey Mark, have I got a surprise for you? For you and all your friends and your guests, yes, I am going to give you a Bradley P10 smoker to give away to one of your guests or one of your friends on whatever social media you're at.
Wow, that's fantastic. Wade, thank you so much. Ted, thank you so much. I have one question to ask on behalf of the people that watch us. So now, and I'm only asking because I know you're in Surrey. Does that mean that we can offer this to people both in the U.S. like we always do, and in Canada, where I'm from? Can we do that on this one?
I absolutely insist you do.
Wow. Okay. So you guys heard that, right? You guys, we don't be this close anymore, do we, Mr. DeVille? Holy cow. He's giving one away. Did you guys hear that? Wade Bradley, that guy on the smoker who makes these incredible smokers, him and his dad, just that incredible story, that great eureka moment, invented this incredible system of smoking that keeps the smoke clean and everything just beautiful. We're going to test that out in a moment with our pork butt. Guys, here's the deal. Here's our big announcement. It's one of our biggest ones of the year, without a doubt. We are going to give away one of the Bradley Professional P10 smokers. Holy cow. And for the very first time ever on our show, this is open to all of our friends on social media in both the U.S. and Canada. So with the holidays right around the corner, holy cow, what a gift this would make. What a great addition it would make to the backyard. Like, my mind is blown that we're doing this. So hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit all of that fun button stuff, and you'll end up getting a notification on how to enter this contest, what you got to do, all this kind of stuff. It's going to be fun. So guys, that's great. And by the way, Wade Bradley and its pops there joining us. What a great time we had. You got a little snippet of our conversation. We chatted for quite a while. It was hard to pull out. You know, it was all great stuff. I loved it. Thank you guys. It was great spending time with you. All right, let's do some pulled pork. Listen, I got it in the cooler here. This guy was stubborn. Oh, careful there. It was. I should have told Trish I'd have joined her. I just made her walk into the wild side. Come on back. It's a lot easier to walk forward. Look at this. We're knocking over everything in here. It's crazy. Here we go. Oh, man. Pulled pork's one of those ones, man. It can be quick. It can be easy. The whole bit. But here's the thing. We got ours. Oh, by the way, like I said, it was being stubborn. This guy, what, 7.5, 8 pounds? That sucker has been in there for like 12 hours, man. It just didn't want to budge. So listen, Wade gave some really great tips on working with that stall. Really great way to go. So now, like I said, this is a cut of meat from Costco. They're not bad, but they're not great, you know? So I was pretty prepared for this not to be like that super great cut. So what I'm going to do is, you know, we've all been there. We pulled that out, I think, 201, 202 degrees. Still not as, you know, pull apart as you want it to be. So, you know what? If that ever happens to you, here's a couple of our little tips. Now, by the way, I mean, have a look here. Bring this on in. I mean, holy cow. This is fantastic, guys. Holy moly. This is just, like, beautiful. Can you believe that, Trish? Isn't that nice? Trish is reaching in there. She's going to get right in. So let's go ahead. Now, no more fingers. All right, no more fingers. Bad news. So we're going to take our nice big cleaver here. And what I love to do with this, you guys, you don't want them like tiny pieces, but you do want it, you know, pretty nicely cut. So let's just take a second. And by the way, hit that like, hit that subscribe. This is a place you're going to find all kinds of fun recipes, neat equipment that we love to use, you know, talking to the people inside the industry that make this stuff, invent this stuff, you know what I mean, manufacture this stuff, and are always available with all kinds of great answers to questions. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get that bark right in there. Now, by the way, I didn't do a lot of recording on how to set these up, because it is pretty simple. You're going to take that pork shoulder, that pork butt, whatever it is you've got, you're going to give it that little shot of mustard, that wet rub. That's going to hold the spice. Oh, Trisha's just getting those fingers in there like a crazy person. Holy cow. Set your DVRs, man. What's that? Okay, wait. What's happening? What are you doing? You want some? It's pretty hot. So, guys, here's my little tip for you, okay? If you end up with a little bit of a cut that's not quite as, somebody said no bone. Nope, no bone. Just a pork butt from Costco. No worries there at all. If you get a pork butt, this one's actually pretty good. It's a little bit on the drier side. Look here. Oh, wow. Holy cow. Listen, I thought for sure I was going to have to save this. I don't have to save this. This is fantastic. But here's a great little tip. If you ever wanted to, like I said, I was questioning the cut of the meat. I was so wrong. I got to give my apologies to Costco. Here's what we got here. Look at this, guys. This is pork gravy. You can use it from the drippings, right? Or you can do a package. This is to reintroduce some of that moisture in. So I don't really use a lot of the drippings when I do a pulled pork from a smoker. I've got enough smoke flavor in the meat. I don't need it in the gravy and the drippings as well. Now, one of the cool things about this, and this is one of the things I love about this smoker. Remember, this smoker that we're giving away now, open to Canada and the U.S. One of the great things about this, here we go, is you can actually control the amount of smoke. So, you know, you'll get those occasions where, you know, some people might not like or appreciate the heavy smoke taste, and I get that. I totally get that. But the deal is, you guys, when you can control the amount of smoke, now you've got a whole bunch more people that can really start enjoying that smoked food. You know what I mean? Because they don't have to worry about it being too bitter, too acidic, anything like that. It's just such a nice, beautiful, rich, deep, oh, just lovely. All right, so we got the gravy at the bottom here, so watch this. You're going to take your tongs, or you're just going to kind of work that gravy in. There we go. Oh, yeah. By the way, when this, well, whatever's left, hits the fridge for the night, and the next day you do this little step with the gravy, holy cow, does this pay dividends the next day? I can't even tell you. All right, there we go. Perfect. That's looking good. All right, Trish, this is looking really, really good. So we got 4 in the house. We got 4 buns. And the chickens. Chickens love it when it's pork day. They're big, big fans of pork day.
Wondering if,
what's that?
it's interesting. They like pulled
They are fans of the pulled pork. That's right. And the pig that we have in tomorrow's show loves chicken. So it's, you know, it works out great for everybody. Oh man, this is fantastic. Excuse me. Jason Young. My old Bradley makes the best jerky. I've tried to make it in other smokers and it never comes out as good. Listen, what a great point Jason is making. Because this isn't relying on the combustion of wood to make that heat, and we're working on electric, you can set it at much lower temperatures, so you can make beef jerky without question. You are giving too much pulled pork to the chickens. I'm sorry. It's got to stop. All right, here we go. You ready? Let's get this on here. Nice, big helping. Pulled pork on the sandwich, Trish. That's beautiful. Get a little of that bark in there. Oh man, this is going to be so good. Oh man, I can already feel my teeth going through this. It's just going to like fall. I love it. Oh, I can't wait now. Look how fast I'm making this. That's how badly I want to eat one of these. There we go. I love pulled pork. Oh hey, so Trish and I, the lovely camera lady, met online, one of those high class dating sites, and in her profile, pulled pork sandwiches were mentioned. There's no doubt. All right, so now,
How many times?
Many. Was it 3?
3.
3 times. Now let's get some barbecue. I'm going to put some barbecue sauce on at this point so I don't soak that top bun. There we go. Now we've got some spicy slaw. You can use whatever coleslaw you want. We took this with a little bit of a dip that we love. There we go. A little bit of cayenne. And then we use some paprika and some chili powder. Just fantastic. So we're going to get that on there. There we go. Can't have pulled pork sandwiches without the slaw. There we are. And this is our own little touch. All right, I love doing this. These are fried pickle chips. Yeah, they are. And they are so good. Man alive. So I used a hickory smoke on this, and it is just, it's beautiful. You taste the hickory. You don't have to try and taste the hickory through a chemical taste or, you know, any sort of acidity or anything bitter. Oh, it's just beautiful. So there we go, guys. That's about as perfect as a pulled pork sandwich is going to get. Look at that bad boy right there. That is lovely. All right, Trish, this one's all me. Here we go. I love these buns. They're so nice. Holy cow. That's so freaking good. I can't even deal with it. You want a bite? No, this is nuts. This is like one of the best pulled pork sandwiches, eating out, pit masters, cooking at home I've ever made, ever tasted. Isn't that incredible? Holy cow. Wow. That's nuts. Jeez, that's good. Oh, God. All right, there. Yeah. Yeah. Guys, check back lots. This is our big end of the year Christmas season giveaway, courtesy of Wade Bradley, his pops, all the great guys at Bradley Smokers. It's open to our buddies in the U.S. It's open to our friends in Canada, first time ever. And guys, I hope this is you. When you experience that taste of smoked flavor, when you can control the amount of smoke and it's not overbearing and it's not too much, holy cow. Guys, my name's Marc Gill. This is Marc's on the Grill, and that is what you can win. We will see you next time on Marc's on the Grill.